Yeah. We'll get into this.
What?
All right. Welcome to Assholes with Opinions. I'm one of your hosts, Mark Smirker. My co-host, Dylan Weber.
Big Dubbz. Follow me on Twitter at Big Dubbz, YouTube /Big Dubbz.
Sab Powers.
The Sab Powers Podcast. Don't watch it. Just put it on in the background.
I'm going to watch it. I didn't want you to know.
Don't watch it. Just put it on in the background. Let it play.
Just click the playlist and then go to sleep or some shit.
Yeah. Absorb it through osmosis, or whatever you call it.
If you say that, it's going to make people think that you have things that you shouldn't say in your podcast and maybe get canceled. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. I would love it if someone tried to cancel me because it would probably give me attention, yeah.
That's good exposure.
Yeah, it is good exposure. There's no exposure is bad exposure is what they say, you know? Like, no press is bad press.
And too much exposure is the reason they're trying to get canceled in the first place.
Exactly.
All right.
So, we're starting. There it is.
So if you couldn't catch the drift there, we're going to be talking about the cancel culture today, and it's not just today. It's been going on, but it's getting more crazier by the day. And I look at it as when man doesn't have problems, we create problems. What is it? Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, rinse and repeat. You know
shit.
So there's nothing like really to art, like there's nothing that we don't have problems. We just have a bunch of like the golden period, like the Goldilocks age.
Well, there is problems and stuff, but like the reason you wanted to talk about this, I think, is just because everybody trying to cancel Joe Rogan just for laughing at something Joey Diaz said, right?
Not even just Joe Rogan, just like everything in general, and how they're just trying to cancel everything. They're trying to cancel Magic the Gathering. They try to cancel Rick and Morty over a 9/11 joke.
Wait, why'd they try to cancel Magic the Gathering?
Because of some cards that got printed like back in the day that were like racially insensitive. You know, like how like a white card's like destroy all black creatures because white and black are like nemesis in like,
right.
Yeah, so like out of context, it's just like the card was called Cleanse, and it was just like destroy all black creatures.
Well, like,
oh my god, really? There's so many Magic cards. You could like really do that. Like, I bet you could do that a lot, even more, because like there's like so many. Yeah, like the whole white against black thing, but it's not even a race thing. It's just like,
bro, there's that. Well, that like what that one. That so one weird. Because it's like called Cleanse, right? That was the whole reason. The other one.
But what does that have to do? So why is Cleanse automatically assumed like that? Whoever's connecting those dots in the first place is the asshole. Why are you like, why is Cleanse a racial thing? I've never used Cleanse in a racial way, and I've used the word cleanse before, you know what I mean?
So a couple of the other ones were Jihad, which was like choose a color on the field. White creatures on your side get +2/+1 while that color is on the field. So it's like basically all the white creatures just destroy that color on the field until there's no more of them. That's Jihad.
There's so many things like that with green creatures, red creatures, blue creatures. Like,
I know, right?
And it's just because it's white creatures. Like, that's so fucking stupid, man. So if they just got to change the color white and call it like silver now or something instead,
Bro, that's what
and
fucking
like
said gray. Just put it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so stupid. So yeah, they're trying to cancel Magic the Gathering. They tried to cancel Rick and Morty over a 9/11 joke.
They did cancel Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's.
Yo, so they canceled Aunt Jemima. Here's the part that I don't get is that she was a slave before she was a spokesperson for Aunt Jemima. So she got employed by these people and was a spokesperson for it. Why are we changing history? Here's another thing. Why are we rewriting history? You can't just go back in the day and be like, because we don't like it today, it doesn't, like, we got to strike it from the history books. That doesn't make sense. If you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So why are we striking these from the history books? Why are we changing our history? I don't understand this.
Wait, fill me in on the Aunt Jemima thing. So
they're changing her label, the girl on the front of it. They're changing her.
So what?
No longer be Aunt
I don't know that they haven't announced what they're changing it to yet.
Is it still going to be called Aunt Jemima?
I don't think so. No.
They're changing the name and the label. That's probably going to affect their sales and shit, which sucks for them. I never really thought of that as racist. How is it racist or whatever? It's the
problem with cancel culture is the idea. And so I guess the idea that, cancel culture becomes dangerous because it's a group of people being offended by something. Like most people that are being canceled in most cases are A, comedians, B, people of like public figures who speak to masses in general. So why are like Sab, you're a comedian yourself. So like if you had to write jokes scared to offend people, you would never be funny. The funniest jokes are offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Carr.
All my jokes.
Jimmy Carr, like some of the greatest comedians of all time say extremely offensive jokes. It's not normal. It's not new. This is not anything.
Look at George Carlin. He basically told you all to go fuck yourself.
He did. And then he literally said, it was like the 7 words you can't say on radio, right?
Yes,
so he swore all over, and nobody had ever heard of that. He offended the fuck out of so many people.
Yeah, they are changing both the name and the fucking image over racial stereotype. Bro, this girl was a real woman. She was a real woman.
Okay, you want to hear something crazy? So, like, even cancel culture, like, on the idea of that, you know, like when black people call each other Uncle Toms? You know,
I've never heard of that.
You didn't hear, you watched 8 Mile, right? You know how they called.
Yeah.
You know how they called Future and Uncle Tom?
No, I don't. I've watched that movie like a bunch of times. It's so long ago, and my memory's really bad.
Eminem says in his rap, he's like, "My boy Future isn't Uncle Tom." You know what I'm saying? And the whole idea of Uncle Tom is black people will call each other Uncle Tom when you're acting white or if you're doing these things and blah, blah, blah. I actually did the research on this. Bro, I found out about Uncle Tom, okay? Uncle Tom was a fucking hero. Like an actual fucking hero. An American hero. Survived slavery. Escaped to northern Canada. Got a group of settlers in northern Canada who were English settlers. White English settlers. And have them help him bring blacks to Canada so that they weren't enslaved anymore. But they were no longer enslaved in Canada. They were free. That was it. He just lived amongst everybody. But he got a group of white people to help do that. And because of that, over this many years, we've been calling each other Uncle Tom. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And this is it's like my point about cancel culture is, at what point did that change? At what point did he become a hero to, like, you're acting white because you do that? And that's like, cancel culture does the same thing with comedians like Joe Rogan. You were laughing at something somebody said while making a joke, and you're getting pushback? At what point did if I laugh at something offensive, I actually just watched the 10 most offensive jokes today. And Jimmy Carr said, they say there's strength in numbers. Well, tell that to 6 million Jews.
Cancel us now. Right now. Cancel us.
They're going to pull up this clip in 10 years, bro.
Hilarious. Right?
Out of context, so they won't put the part where we just said cancel us right now.
Right?
They'll take it all out of context, too.
We've been doing
and then they'll put it in the headline.
You'll clip the one part
famous
where I
comedian,
said that.
broke man's Joe Rogan, Sab Powers, racially laughs at Jews burning in the Holocaust. Now they're gonna take that out of context, and I'm gonna get like these. We're gonna have so much face time that they're gonna fucking what do they call it? Deep fake us, just saying all this crazy shit in the future. That's all it's gonna be in the future. We won't even podcast. We'll just type to each other text messages, and our deep fakes will just have the conversation.
And I was actually thinking about this. Like we
cancel our deep fakes.
We make it sound like cancel culture is like a new thing. Like it's like because social media is creating this cancel culture. I actually disagree. I think cancel culture has been around for a very long time. It was just in different forms of media, right? Like look what happened to Mel Gibson, right? Look what happened to people who speak 100%. Out.
It's not a new thing. That's what I was saying. It's just running rampant now. Like everybody's just finding whatever they can and digging up whatever dirt they can.
Well, we went to see
find whatever.
We went to see The Hunt, right? And in The Hunt, the lady at the end, spoiler alert, the lady at the end was like, you brought this into existence because you put a bunch of groups on Facebook saying that we exist. We didn't actually ever exist, but now we fucking do because you guys made it a thing. Now, this is what's happening is people are making these groups. Oh, look at this small clip from Joe Rogan in 2011. Like, bro, if I was judged on the person that I was in 2011, I wouldn't be sitting in this room with the two people here. know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be going back on 2011 or going, and then people are going even further. And that's
Well, it depends how bad it is. Like, laughing at a joke is stupid. Like, obviously that doesn't matter. But if you like raped a chick back in 2011, I'd be like, whoa, dude, it's 2011. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, man? You know?
No, I agree. But if you're laughing at a joke in 2007,
2008, you're good.
If you're laughing at jokes in 2011 and people are upset, like, if you think about what Joey said, right? If you think about what he said, all he said, he didn't say he raped any broads. He never actually implied that he
was just like, broads. Suck my dick or go home. And they were like, I'm going to suck your dick. Or they went home. So I bet you any money they all went home. He never said that they all sucked his dick. He was just like, I would tell chicks that they'd suck my dick to get up there, right? He's like, how many people did you do that to? 20 people. That doesn't mean they ever sucked his dick. That's just, he's just said, you know what I mean?
Right.
Right,
and on top of that, nobody's sucking.
I think it probably happened.
Nobody's sucking Joey Diaz's dick to get on stage.
Well,
bro.
let's say if he's the employer,
maybe, who knows? There's a lot of coke going on back there, bro. But at that point, you're making the moral decision to be like, I want this stage time. Or you could have went to a bar down the street and not sucked your dick to get stage time. You essentially heard
yourself out. The moment you said yes to sucking dick to get on stage,
you a hoe now. You
became
a comedian
hoe. You sold yourself for that time. So don't play this
bro,
game.
Back in the day, Mitzi Shore was fucking all the comedians that were rolling through the comedy fucking store and shit. Like, back in the day. So, like, here's also, like, another thing. For cancel culture, it's like, why are we picking and choosing also? Why aren't we, like, looking at everybody on the spectrum? If we're just going to put one person on a pedestal, why aren't we roasting the same people for the other shit? Like I was saying earlier with Sab. What about Jerry Seinfeld when he was 39 dating a 17-year-old publicly? Nothing.
Because it's Jerry Seinfeld. There's a difference. He made Hollywood so much money that it was detrimental to even right now. Just having his name written on a building sells 10,000 seats.
Bro, he just dropped a new special. Nobody says nothing. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
It's bothering me that people go so far back too. Like it's not fair. Like if I say, like, I was just reading a Facebook post. You know how you get memories on Facebook, right? I got a memory, and apparently 9 years ago, like 2 days ago, I was angry at someone, and I was like, "You're gonna get yours, faggot," and I said the F word on Facebook. Hear me out. I don't like using that word, okay, because it can be offensive. But I said that in a status. That was 9 years ago. It was way more socially acceptable for me to say faggot then than it is now. Now I don't say it, right? Because I don't want people to judge me or feel a certain way because I said a word, right? But like, but I deleted the status, even if it was from 9 years ago. I deleted it because I was like, in my head, I was like, what if someone sees this? I will be judged by this even today. And I had this moment, and then I sat there and I was like, wait a second.
So now you're putting it all over the internet for people to say.
I'll do it right now, but I'll just say it because it's part of it. If you want to fucking cancel me, feel free. Twitter, at me, Marcus Merckx 8. Cancel the fuck out of me. Do me a favor, please. But no, it's. I said that 9 years ago. How can I be judged on that now? Now I understand. Like, if Joey was raping girls, then bro, like, then he should be in trouble.
Bro, he tells stories about how he kidnapped a dude and brought him over state borders and then like harassed the dude to like come to his shows all the time. He was like, bro, I just want to make it up to you. And finally the dude came and he was like, stop sending me fucking shit. But like now they're good friends, man. Kidnapped him like years ago. It's like, it's Joey Diaz also.
He has some crazy stories.
For once, here's your scenario, and this is where it all gets construed. Here's your scenario. 3 comedians are sitting around talking to each other, and one of them said, "Hey, I got a bunch of chicks to try and suck my dick to get some stage time."
Right.
And one of those comedians is Joey Diaz. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, take everything with a fucking grain of salt. The man is a fucking beast when it comes to storytelling and whatever he wants to talk about.
I mean, yeah, it makes it. That's like his character, right? Is to be like that wild and have all these wild, crazy stories. And
bro, he started doing stand up in jail because, like, he was just like, I got to stop these fucking people from almost starting riots. So he just got up there and was just like,
it's also who you are too, right? Like, Joey can say that he asked girls to suck his dick for stage time, okay? Which is not illegal, okay? Nothing illegal about what he just did. By the way, guys,
I think that is illegal.
It's not illegal because the moment she accepts
that's gotta be fucking illegal, bro. There's no way that it's cool to just be like, yo, you want some stage time to suck my dick? That's just legal?
There's nothing illegal about it. I don't know about like.
There's got to be something illegal there.
Upon. It's not ideal, but there's nothing illegal about it. You can ask somebody to suck your dick for stage time. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Leave. You don't want to do it, go somewhere else. And if anything, that's where...
That's still fucked up, though. You guys don't think that's a fucked up thing to do?
No, that's my point, is that's fucked up on its own. Like, if you're asking girls and then you're like, oh, if they don't do it, then get the fuck out of here, that's fucked up.
Okay, yo, this is fucked up for one. I was like, is it illegal to ask someone to suck your dick, okay? And then Google's like, warning. Child sexual abuse imagery is illegal. Now Jesus. I'm scared.
Child? You didn't even mention a child. What the fuck?
Is it illegal to tell someone to suck my dick in the workplace? This is what I want.
Are you an employee?
A coworker told me to suck his dick at workplace. Is it illegal to tell someone in a workplace?
Oh my god.
Such a comment is sexually inappropriate. If it is the only sexual comment made towards you, you wouldn't
win money. Get slapped.
Damages in a trial. If the sexual comment were to continue, then I suggest you contract me. So if he did it multiple times to the same person and they were just like stop, and that's harassment. Other than that, you ain't gonna win.
But then if you feel that way, if you show up,
morally,
my dick once.
Morally, it's absolutely
once.
There's nothing.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
That's hilarious.
But I think, like, hear me out too, is women, like Joe talked about this on his podcast recently, right, with Andrew Schultz. And he was like, people, like, give the men shit. What about the women that were showing up? What about the women that were showing up and were sucking the dick? What about them? Because then you're basically a prostitute because you sold yourself for that time.
And now you're trying to get some glory in this, like, little spot of sunshine. And also, like, bro, I think they're trying to go after Rogan because, like, he's had everybody on, like, Bernie. He's had fucking Tulsi Gabbard. He's had like all these fucking political people on, but he hasn't had Trump. He hasn't had Biden in them. And he's really going after Biden over his cognitive like failure in his mind, right? And he's like pointing it out all the time. And like they're just going after his circle of friends. Basically, they're going after Joey. They're going after Chris. Let's see who they're going to hit next. Sam Tripoli's already fucking banned from everything.
Probably Andrew next.
You guys don't think that some of these people deserve to be canceled, like Bill Cosby?
100%.
But Bill Cosby went to jail. He didn't get canceled. Like, you know what
I guess that's a good point. Yeah.
Being canceled and going to jail. When we're canceling people, you're taking away their lives.
That one, like, was the kid underage?
He was underage when it happened, but the kid
I don't even know.
Was 17, and like it was like a legal thing.
I like how his defense was like, "I'm gay."
He just comes out as gay.
What are your comments on having sexual allegations with these young boys? I'm gay.
Yeah.
All right.
What it was is he had nobody on his back, and he was like, if I come out as gay, then the LGBT
cancel this whole show. Cancel Louis. Cancel Louis C.K. Right? That's another thing. If I ask you to jerk off in front of you, and you're like, yeah.
What is weird about that? If you're in a relationship,
if you say no.
No, but there's nothing weird about that.
No.
Like,
that's pretty weird. That idea never popped into my head. I was never like had the urge to just jerk off in front of a chick. You know?
Okay, but hear me out, Sab.
Why is that his turn on? It's so funny.
You just smashed a chick. You're about to finish. You're in missionary, and you pull it out, and you're just wanking it to bust all over, right?
Right.
All right.
That's all that happened with him, though. It's like him. It was kind of like this, the power trip or whatever, like where they were comedians and like they didn't want to get on his bad side or whatever. So it's like he was using his power in an inappropriate way, and he would ask if he can jerk off. They said yes under pressure, I guess, and then he just comes all over his stomach, right?
Leave. What are you taught as a kid? If you're in an uncomfortable situation, leave.
But that's the thing, is that they don't want to be on his bad side because he's a powerful person in the career that they're in.
Then
not everyone can just be strong enough to like.
You chose this. Then you chose to stay there and be like, I'm gonna watch him jerk off for this job. This is.
It could have been a lot worse. Like obviously, there's a lot.
All right.
But like, if the base is
just like 6ix9ine, right? Like I'm all for him putting away like these murderers and fucking drug dealers on the thing, but like he's also a snitch in the fact that he chose the life to live and knew what these people were about. They did it to other people, not
That's
just
the thing.
him.
It's like from the beginning, he always seemed like a troll to me. Like it's almost like he's not choosing the life. It's like
but he did, bro. He approached them and was like, "I need street cred. I want to roll with your crew." And
exactly,
like, oh,
and he's
exactly.
trolling. He's clearly trolling, clearly in it for himself. So it's like, what did he do that was against his character? Nothing.
He chose to go into that life with those people, with those repercussions.
And it all worked out for him. Like, he's doing better, like, you know what I mean, than any of us.
It's crazy. It's out of fucking control. The man's on house arrest and he's just fucking making millions.
And even having the reputation as a snitch, he still gets mostly likes. He gets tons of views. He's like trending all the time. He's breaking records.
But he went to jail for also what we're talking about right now was underage fucking pedophilia charges.
Right. That was the first time.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I mean. So we're picking and choosing. So we're glorifying him, even though he's done this in the past. But that's not the previous charge because he got all these fucking.
Trump.
Somebody said the other day.
That's the thing. Is like
good because he has money. Because he has money makes him good.
Trump.
You can't like compare the thing. Like everyone. I'm sure there's people trying to take all these people down. And it's just like what catches on and shit, I guess, or whatever.
So what's the difference between Joey saying "suck my dick" for stage time and? Like, how is that not locker room talk? Like, it's locker room talk when Trump says grab her in by the pussy. It's locker room talk then. But when three comedians are sitting down and having a discussion, it's no longer it's not locker room talk now. It's no, it's not locker room talk. It's
right, but the same people there's tons of people that hate the grab her by the pussy thing. Like, you know, people say shit like that all the time. You're acting like this. It's not like it's the same people that are saying, oh, grab her by the pussy's locker talk, and then they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan. It's not working like that. It's like the same people that tried to cancel Trump are also trying to cancel Joe Rogan. And, like, the grab her by the pussy shit is fucked up. Like, it's crazy that he said that. And that's our president. Like, look at the world we live in. It's fucking wild.
It's crazy that it's Trump versus Biden, where Trump's like, grab her by the pussy, and Biden's out here, like, sniffing kids' hair and, like, touching them.
What the fuck? Is that real?
On, like, live television, bro.
There's a 12-minute video of Biden passing laws against black citizens.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
How does that work?
Bro, he's been in office for 45 years.
If you vote Trump, you're not black.
He said if you vote Trump, you're not black. So check this out. Bill Clinton was president.
Bro, wild.
During Bill Clinton's presidency, Joe Biden was one of the senators. Like,
why aren't we canceling these two? Why don't we have like competent people running?
Why aren't we canceling Hillary Clinton for lying about 10,000 emails?
For fucking getting a government agency to spy on the president through
None of these people actually get canceled though. Like Chris D'Elia isn't gonna get canceled after this shit. Like Joe Rogan's not gonna get canceled. Joey Diaz is not gonna get canceled.
Chris D'Elia is not on the same level as Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's gonna be fine because he has a big enough audience that won't listen to the chatter. Chris D'Elia is a lot different. Chris D'Elia doesn't have that audience.
Chris D'Elia is dealing with a lot worse shit. Like Joe Rogan laughed. Like you can't get mad at someone for laughing. I nervously laugh all the time at shit I don't find funny.
I haven't listened to his podcast in like 2 days. I don't know if he's addressed it yet.
Yeah, I hope he has. I don't know.
He did a podcast with Andrew Schultz recently.
Yeah, no, that was before.
Oh, that one was wild too. That was a good podcast.
That was a great.
I was listening to that one earlier.
But yeah, the shit like Chris D'Elia is doing or was doing is a lot worse, right? Like he's like fucking like young girls or whatever. You guys want to get into that?
Well,
he was grooming them. Apparently grooming them for when they were old enough, and that's what it was, right? But apparently the story that I heard was this girl went to a show, went backstage, they went home, did their thing, or no, they didn't even go home. They just did their thing there. And she went home. But she lied about her age because she was at the comedy club.
So that's another thing that's certain.
That's one story, though. There's like tons and tons of stories coming out. And there is like funny like little things on YouTube, like of him like when he realizes that you can like see the Snapchat history. And he's like thinking,
yeah, pretty interesting.
But I think
I was dying laughing too. That was a fun one.
Yeah, but besides that, there's no like real like incriminating, self-incriminating evidence that I've seen. But like,
it's when whenever there's allegations, right? Like we have to use the word allegations because it's super important in most of these.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because what's happening is the moment we hear allegations, we immediately go, he did it.
Yeah.
Like oh, Crystalia definitely raped the shit out of 55 women, right? Because
well, they're not saying he raped anybody. They were just saying.
saying.
See, now you're saying, but there's no rape allegations. I don't think,
No,
is there?
Saying, like,
it's just having
it's
sex
just
with like younger
girls.
chicks.
But I'm saying like, oh, it would be statutory rape at that point. Then if they were underage and he was using his power, it would be statutory rape considered. So then, if that was the case, and we're saying this immediately, the moment we hear allegations, we're like, oh, it happened. Oh, and then now there's 20 people saying it's true, so it happened. Well, hear me out. It's not hard for me to like have slept with. Let's say I'm a female or I'm a male, and Rihanna comes to Toronto, and I smash the shit out of Rihanna. Right? I fuck Rihanna for some reason. I get lucky, and odds are I have sex with Rihanna. Okay. I'm in a random city. I live in Toronto. 2 days later, she's in Montreal. She has sex with another person, blah, blah, blah. She goes to Barbados. She has sex with someone there because she can, because she does. She travels the world. She does whatever she wants. She's rich. People are around her. This happens. We know this happens, right? We have to understand that they live different lives than we do. They're not like we don't have girls around us at all times. We don't have girls throwing themselves at us on that level. Right?
That's why it's even worse. Like, he could just so easily get a 25-year-old. Why is he fucking 17, 18-year-old?
18-year-old girls are pretty, right? They know they're pretty.
But they're super pretty 30-year-olds and shit, 40-year-olds, 60-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Like, but those girls don't care about
just find yourself one nice girl, Crystalia. Find yourself a wife like Rogan did.
They're not the ones coming out and saying he did weird shit. Like, if you look at Louis C.K.'s actions, the girls that were 30 up were like, no, we're fine. It is what it is. It was always the girls that were younger, right? The ones that want clout. You want the internet. You want the internet fame. You want to be famous on Instagram. You want people to click your name. You want your name to be in a news article.
So these guys are idiots for fucking those girls.
Well, yes and no, because how are you supposed? It's like if you're at a comedy club and a girl comes up to you after the comedy club, and she's like, "You're super dope," and you're like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And she doesn't look that young. Because remember, let's be honest here nowadays. I'm not advocating for sleeping with underage women.
She may have a fake ID.
But like fake IDs are real. People lie are real. And listen, the truth of the matter is 17-year-old girls today look like 25-year-old girls from when I was 17 years old. 17-year-old girls when I was 17 did not look 25 years old.
Some of them maybe.
You had two girls in your entire high school who were like, wow,
I don't know. I feel like I can tell. Like, even like, just like maybe stay above 25, like 30. If you're like 40 years old.
Right? Well, so just stay above, like here's the line, stay above the line, above the line.
Yeah, exactly.
But how is that fair to you? Like, it's legal to sleep with an 18-year-old, so then why can't you? But then you're risking that run if she's 17, right? Now, I'm not advocating that that's okay to do that, but I'm saying, like, I understand when you have all these girls showing up with fake IDs, like R. Kelly or whatever, 14-year-old girl. That girl got into the club. I'm not saying he was right for pissing on her. But that girl got into the club. How?
Yeah, we still bumping R. Kelly.
And look,
Chris Brown's still out here on.
I don't bump R. Kelly or Chris Brown.
I was saying to my buddy,
like, people are out here bumping Michael Jackson.
If I ever got rich, I would literally hire a person.
You know what I'm saying?
I would hire a person, a security guard or whatever the case may be, somebody that I trust, and their sole job is to make fucking sure the girls I'm sleeping with are old enough. If I am, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't want this to happen to me. Like, and that's why.
What do they do for their job? They're just like,
they just chill.
Your passport, your health card, your fucking.
If a girl wants to come up,
let me call your parents.
I want 2 pieces of ID. I'm gonna have it like casino type. I want 2 pieces of ID. I want I want to know. I need to know. I'm not running the risk. I need to see your passport and your driver's license. If anything, if I find any discrepancies, I'm not doing it. You can get the fuck out of my hotel room now.
And put your phone in this yonder bag. You can get it after the event.
And if I'm rich, I can just call up a high-class hooker at that point anyway. So, like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand is why are they just paying for sex anyways? They're basically paying for sex. Might as well just do that.
Well, then you can get in a whole other issue, right? It's like where lots of people believe that, like, that people in that industry are trafficked and shit. And that you possibly end up fucking underage girls in that situation, too.
Which is probably true.
Like Clinton and them do on Epstein's Island or something like that, you know?
So fucked up.
Some fun stuff, you know, for the adrenochrome.
Wow, dude.
Like everybody gets canceled too. It's like YouTubers,
but they
especially
can continue. Yo, South Park's coming back on the 8th, I believe. This season's gonna be wild, bro.
Corona season.
Oh shit! Wild. How do I watch South Park? I wanted to watch old episodes. I need to get Crave.
Crave TV has season 23 coming out.
Do you have Crave TV?
I do. I'll give you my account.
Okay, sick. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's edit that part out.
All right, I'm out.
Is it illegal to share a Crave account?
Nah, bro.
Okay.
No, I have a.
Okay.
Up to 3 people can use my account.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
And I barely use it, so you can use it.
I don't know how that shit works.
Nothing.
Crave's dope. Crave has like HBO
I live in the
shows
middle
and
of
all
the
this
country
stuff.
with bad internet.
Okay, but
my life.
back to cancel culture.
Yeah.
YouTubers are getting canceled at an extremely high rate.
I only talk to people.
A lot of them, I feel like they deserve it too, man. Like, there's a lot of fucking weirdos out there doing weird ass shit. And then, like, when they get money, they just become fucking more weird for some reason. It's like nothing's good enough. It's like
they're like, no, now I have a room to do all my weird shit in, and then they just like, do more of it because they're like, I can get away with it.
And you get like bored and stuff. Like,
yeah, you get to a certain point, it's like chasing the dragon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like damn, I had this 17-year-old. What about a 16-year-old?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're killing 4-year-olds at like
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. Well, like look what Logan Paul did. Like Logan and Jake Paul did interviews. Like they both almost got canceled off YouTube. They both did interviews, and basically, like Jake Paul was like, the whole reason he did stupid shit. Like he doesn't do that much stupid shit anymore. Like he's actually a pretty calm dude now. But like,
I hope so.
the stupid shit he was doing though, he was explaining that like from Vine, like him and his brother got famous on Vine. So
yeah.
it was always about like how to get more views, how to get more followers, like that.
And it worked.
And it worked. And then they got to a point on YouTube where they were like, how do I get more views? How do I get more followers? So he's like, the next video, how do I get clicks, right? So like he was burning mattresses in his pool because it got a lot of clicks. People clicked on that video.
Mm-hmm.
It got 30 million views. You know what I mean? So like he was always trying to one up that. And then it got to a point where like you get to that level of like you can't one up yourself anymore. And like that's why I think like what happens to these rich people, Chris D'Elia, Bill Cosby's, you get to a point where like I was saying earlier, you have girls throwing yourselves at you all the time. So like if it's always the same, are you looking for something different, right? It's like like people say like I've been watching porn since I was 16 years old. Now I got to watch super weird porn to get off. Like you know what I mean? It's like that concept. Like, but I don't agree with it, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it from the aspect of like people.
I think they need to find themselves a wife. If you're gonna get famous, because like Rogan seems like he's doing fine. You know what I mean? Nothing's ever gonna come out of him, like because he's got a wife and kids.
He could be like he could totally cuck his wife and she doesn't care. Like you know what I mean? Like he could have it like I fuck whoever broads I want. You don't say shit. I provide. That
would have came out now. I feel like if girls were fucking Joe Rogan, they would have, like you said, they would have wanted some of that clout or.
For sure.
I think.
You know what I mean? Like.
Scam signing NSD.
But hear me out. You can't get clout if his wife's okay with it, right? Like so.
Yeah, but the other person involved would end up telling people.
No, exactly. No, he would be like legally binding them with like non-disclosure.
Yeah, they would have non-disclosure because his wife would be sitting in the room, agreed to like, I am okay with you sleeping with my husband. Have fun.
That's, I guess, possible.
We don't know that.
But I don't think that's happening. They're just bringing these bitches in with his kids there and shit.
We should just start canceling random things for no reason at all. Like
trying to start cancel trends.
Yeah, we just like
the more people get canceled, the better for us, because then people will watch our shit. You know.
I say we
cancel Joe Rogan, and then I can be the new Joe Rogan.
Let's cancel as many podcasts as we can.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
Except for the ones we like.
Yeah. We'll just start beefs with everybody.
You know what? I think we should try to. You know what we should do? And I'm going to say this on the podcast. We should try to cancel one of us via Facebook.
Oh, shit. Not it.
As a social experiment.
I'll be the easiest one to get canceled.
No.
I'm already like this close.
That's a terrible idea. It'll work. They'll get canceled. What happens if the social experiment works and then you're just canceled forever? And Big Dubbz is no longer around because he's fucking canceled.
I'll change my name and come back from
do you see that video? Did you see that post of what's his face? I want to put his fucking name on blast so hard right now. That you posted the picture. The dude is in the Carpenters Union in Niagara Falls, and he called someone like the N-word and shit. And his post got shared around to everybody. From Niagara on the Lake, I think, or Fort Erie, one or the other. But his post got shared around like everybody. Like that dude is getting so much hate mail. Like I went on his actual Facebook. I found his Facebook. I went on it, and literally he had to disable his Facebook because people are body.
Yeah, let's not do that to one of us.
I was only saying it as a social experiment.
Yeah, it'll work though, bro. I'm telling you.
Exactly. So let's do it as a social experiment to somebody else.
Yeah. Okay.
All the other podcasts will just be every other podcast is hate. Only listen to the assholes with opinions because our voices are actually loved.
Let's think of a super random name, hashtag it, you cancel this person. We'll all make a status.
No, because I don't want to ruin someone's life. It'd have to be somebody that's already kind of famous. Don't just attack some poor guy that's working at the Walmart.
Hashtag cancel the homeless.
Yeah.
Hashtag cancel grocery.
That's a good one, actually. I like that. People would jump on board for that.
An oxymoron, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's beautiful. You're trying to stop homelessness, but then are you gonna kill all the homeless? Or are you gonna give them houses? It could be either side, you know?
Exactly, right? You don't know
what does he mean, cancel the homeless?
Do you see what they did in Toronto with the yoga thing?
Yeah, they made the little fucking bubbles. I don't understand why they couldn't do that for homeless
people. Oh yeah, they did that for yoga or whatever. Yeah, it's wild.
Bro, you know how? Bro, all I thought about was they're gonna do that, and the next day everybody's gonna be sleeping and pissing and shitting in all of them, and then it's just well, this was a fucked up idea we had.
It was good lasted one day.
They're gonna have to lock them, and they're gonna get broken into.
Was it the city that paid to put those there, or was it a certain
yoga company? Yeah, I don't know. It was just a meme we saw.
Because if it was a yoga company, it makes sense.
Everything's just a meme.
But if it was a city,
it probably wasn't a city. I don't really see the city doing that. They're not that stupid, are they? They probably are. They bought a big duck and shit like that. I remember, and everyone was freaking out over that big rubber duck.
It was a kind of a cool rubber ducky, though. You gotta admit,
that big ass rubber duck that floats around.
It's kind of dope.
In the water. Didn't it go down? Didn't it pop or something?
I don't even know.
For maintenance.
Do you know how much it cost?
Did they cancel the duck?
Did they cancel the duck? Someone
Did they cancel the duck? Was it that's a misrepresentation of a duck? There's no yellow ducks.
Bunch of random dudes from Free Willy showed up with a truck, saved it out of the water in the middle of the night.
There's some guy just standing on a rock, waiting for the duck to just jump over.
It's not moving. I think it's stupid. You're canceled for calling it stupid.
Yeah, you can't talk like that. No. You can't.
So do you guys think Chris D'Elia should be canceled or no?
I think there needs to be more information brought out to the light, there's a trial before. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's allegations. I want to see all the information, and I want to see how this all transpired. Because if he was grooming them, then that's just weird. I don't understand what I don't understand what charge that would be.
I've heard Drake has been doing that too a lot. It's just a weird thing, and is that what is
fucking who was it? Was it Billie Eilish?
No.
There was that Drake was messaging Billie Eilish before she
probably. Apparently Drake did it with lots of girls.
Billie Eilish is a prime example of one of those girls that does not look 17.
She looks 17 to me.
Not to me, she doesn't. She looks like a 22-year-old at least.
That's why you gotta go for the 30-year-olds, bro. That's where it's at.
Because they might be 25. Fair.
Yeah, 2 kids.
How many kids do you have? Yeah, you can't even trust that these days. You can't even trust girls with kids these days because of teen moms.
Yeah. You just gotta fucking grow up with somebody, bro.
Every rich person ever needs to hire somebody to get 2 pieces of ID. If they don't have 2 pieces of ID, then you get the fuck out. That's it.
You can get 2 fake IDs though, bro.
You cannot get a passport and a driver's license to match equally. And if you're doing that,
yes, you could.
If you're going to that level
Then you an underage hoe and your sister's teaching you the ways of the game.
Then like you're wrong.
Don't worry, girl. I'm gonna get you this money.
Then,
you gonna come with me. You gonna suck some dicks for the night. And then later on, we gonna save the messages.
I want to start doing this.
10 years from now, we gonna post this shit. We gonna get clout.
Yeah.
Let's hold everybody.
They're just doing it for people they hope like might get famous one day.
Right? Let's hold everybody accountable.
We're right here, by the way. We're the people that might get famous one day.
Yeah, don't say that. Now you're gonna get canceled. You literally just set yourself up.
Cancel me. Try me, motherfuckers. Everyone should be held accountable. I think that like if girls are getting 2 pieces of fake ID or a fake ID in general, and they're going out to bars and they're sleeping with older dudes, knowing damn well that they're underage, then you are just as accountable.
That's like, are you a cop?
No. But when you're young, you make stupid mistakes and shit. Like any situation where there's a young person involved and the adults involved, it's more the adult's fault, right?
You're ruining people's lives. You're 17 years old. You're a young adult. You're at least you're choosing colleges at this point.
Right, but if you're 17 and Madonna wants to fuck you, you're gonna fuck Madonna. Even though, like,
I get that, but like, guess what?
Then 10 years later, you might be like, I probably shouldn't have fucked Madonna. Now I have like all these STDs and shit I have to live with. And then you fucking cancel Madonna.
That's your choice, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but Madonna, it was her choice too.
No, stop.
No,
because then if you're hypothetical situation, are you gonna jump off a bridge?
Yeah, I do it all the time in Chippewa.
If your friend tries to commit suicide, are you going to commit suicide? No, because it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, it's the dumbest. Like, if you hear that your friend slept, like, I know a girl that slept with Murder Beats and she was 17 years old. Do you know that I don't look at him like he's a fucking idiot? Because I know that girl hoed herself out. And
are you trying to cancel Murder Beats? How old was Murder Beats when this happened? Has he already been exposed?
Murder Beats is only like 22.
Just exposed Murder Beats?
One sec. Murder Beats is only 22, so I think like it's the statute of limitations is 5 years for that. So she was old enough that he could have consently had sex. So that's legal. He's old enough.
But you still thought it was you were still like mad at him for doing that?
No, I wasn't mad at him. If anything, I was mad at her for putting him in a situation because you got into the club that he was at 17 years old when you should be 19. That's 2 fucking years. And think about this. Put this in perspective. These girls are 17 years old getting into clubs that you should be 21 for.
Murder Beats still looks like he's 15 anyways, goddamn.
Well,
no wonder he's fucking 17-year-old.
He's 2 years or 3 years younger.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke, everyone. Yeah,
no,
just
joke,
for context.
Just firm statements. Let's see. Everything is on the record, you know.
Murder Beats is 26. So that happened 3 years ago. She was 17. 3 years ago, she's 22 now. So like he was 23.
Wait, if she was 17 3 years ago, she's not 22 now.
Or whatever, the 20 now. But it was like within 5 years it was legal. But like the problem is that we should be holding them just as accountable. You're sneaking into these places, and like, you know what, man? Some of these clubs are allowing these girls in. You just see a group of girls and you're like, all right, come on through. Like I see that shit all the time. You didn't check none of these bitches' IDs, and all of them are 16.
If he was 23 and she was 17, that's 6 years, bro. That's not within 5 years.
Well, whatever the case may be, it's legal. She was.
You exposed Murder Beats.
It was legal. It was a long time ago. Cancel Murder Beats. Fuck that bitch ass. I'll run your bitch ass. He shows up at Ruth's Chris all the time, fucking late at night, ordering mac and cheese, and you can fuck yourself too.
That's awesome. Mac and cheese.
Lots of mac and cheese. And then he gets porterhouses like you know what steak you're gonna get a porterhouse like the worst steak you can buy.
Damn. Yeah, I never knew Murder Beats. Weird, he's from like Fort Erie, and now he's just like.
I met him when I was a kid. I knew when I was a kid, and he used to get beat up all the time. He was a little bitch.
Oh shit.
He's a little bitch. He's a little bitch. He was a bitch when he was a kid. He's still a bitch now, and now he just hangs out with a bunch of people who make him look less of a bitch. That's the only thing.
He's rich.
Good for you.
He made it. He made it.
I'm not hating on anything he's done. Congratulations. Enjoy your wealth. You're still.
That's the best payback to all the people that beat him up is to get
still
successful, right?
Regardless of like, you could be the biggest bird in the world and be rich. You're still a fucking bird.
You used to let the big kids steal my big wheel. Now cash ain't shit. I wipe my ass with 6 mil.
Is that Big Dubbz on?
No, that's Eminem.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that Monster?
No.
No, fuck.
That's Homicide. You were just rapping Homicide. You said you hated that song.
I know, but that was just the reference line.
It was a good reference line.
The reference line. That Murder Beats got, because I was like, that's the best way to get back at your enemies. And Eminem's like, yeah, I used to get beat up by the big kids. Used to let the big kids steal my big wheel. Now cash ain't shit. I wipe my ass with 6 mil.
Goddamn. Imagine wiping your ass with 6. That's a lot, dude. How big of a shit is he taking?
That's like when you
is that one sitting?
You just keep wasting paper just because you can.
I wonder if there's $1 million bill that he's wiping like 6 of them.
No, there's only hundreds. Hundreds is the highest. So you had to fucking.
$1,000 bill.
No, they got canceled. Speaking of cancel culture, they canceled the $1,000 bill.
And the penny. I want the penny back.
No, fuck the penny, man.
No, don't hate on pennies, Sad. All right, pennies.
So who should be canceled? Should Amy Schumer be canceled because she steals jokes? Yeah.
No, because again, like everyone has, like, hear me out. It's the same concept of us being
so
like.
Sab's right. The highest is the 100 because the other ones have been canceled, but the highest bill has been $100,000 bill.
That's existed?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's probably like a bond or
whatever.
whatever.
In decades past, the Federal Reserve has issued $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, and even $100,000 bills.
Yeah, but they come in bonds, though. It's not even a bill. It's like a bond, right?
Nope.
Bill? No, he's saying bills. Straight up bills.
Yeah.
Bonds are completely different things.
$1,000 bill.
Can I get a $500 bill from the bank? High denomination bills, which includes $500 bills, were officially discontinued by the Federal Reserve System in 1969, when it began to take the bills out of circulation. The U.S. hasn't issued $500 bills in decades.
It's probably because people were fucking counterfeiting.
Those bills are still legal tender.
Yeah, they have to be. Yeah. There was like a joke about this guy that would always carry a $1,000 bill around, and he would never pay for anything.
In some cases,
because no one ever had change.
$10,000 bill is worth $140,000 bills on the open market. So if you have a $10,000 bill, it went to $140,000.
So if you get one of those $140,000 bills, it's like $1.2 million.
Why is the bill worth more?
Because it's discontinued.
Nobody's gonna spend it. You're keeping it as collectors.
Now it's collectors and antique.
Like people.
Oh, so you would sell it to somebody for that much?
Yes.
It's not actually worth that. If you brought it to the bank, they would still only give you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you sold it as a collector's item,
you would get 140 up to 100.
Yeah, you gotta find someone to.
It's not hard actually. Money collectors are all over the place.
On the open
Coin
market.
collectors and money collectors are
bills
actually
in
around.
poor condition still fetch for $30,000. So even poor condition bills, you can get away with making fucking 300 times your investment off of.
Damn, son.
Collectors, right? Well, it's like Pokemon cards, man. There's Pokemon cards that are worth like $100, $200. If you have like an original Blastoise holographic card, it's literally.
There's Magic cards worth thousands of dollars, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. I was just looking one up. I was trying to see all the banned cards that we were just talking about. I was gonna get all 6 of them just to have them. Because they're banned, right? Just in case they get rid of them.
They're banned now because of like the whole people getting mad at them, like the cleanse and shit.
They're banned and they're changing either their text or they're changing their pictures for standard play if they ever reprint them.
Wow.
Like Jihad and Crusade, they're not in there. The one that was like Invoke Prejudice, that one's like $140,000.
That's how much it's worth?
I think that's how much it was worth. Hold on. Let me
140,000? To Invoke Prejudice? Is it a white card?
No, it's blue.
What does it do?
Hold on. Sorry, my bad. It was only 700. No, this one's for 2,000.
It's still okay. It's still a lot of money.
Oh, no,
yeah, over 100,000 would be retarded.
What I was looking at was the Black Lotus. That's 400,000.
Oh my god, dude. We gotta make a fake one of those. Just kidding.
Counterfeit Black Lotus card.
Yeah, so the card Invoke Prejudice. Look at this, Marcus. Hold on.
Oh my god. If the opponent casts a summon spell that does not match the color of one of the creatures under your control, that spell is countered unless the caster pays an additional X.
Yeah, where X is the casting cost of the summon spell. Well, look at the picture.
It's a KKK member.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucked with an axe.
No,
Yeah.
it's full blown.
They might have done that by accident.
No, so here's the craziest part, Sab.
I don't think it's.
So that card is like 1488 in the numbers, right? And 14 is like a slogan of like neo-Nazis, which is like the 14 words. And 88 is the signal for Hail Hitler.
Wow.
And it just happened to be the 14th, 88th card in production print. How
And it was
crazy
made in
is that, bro?
1994. So
Just
we,
happened.
not even that long ago,
Just
we
so
were
happened.
3 years
so
old.
Happens, bro. How crazy is that card, though? I wanted to get.
And we've been playing Magic our whole lives, dude, and it's been fucking run by fucking Nazis.
Bro, they apologized. They're like, "There's no room for this in our game. We're getting rid of it."
Well, you'd
That's
rather
wild.
just get rid of 6 cards than get.
The other
Do you think you like? I might have this card, man. I probably don't, but
Oh, I might even too. Like in the old.
I'm gonna
Magic
look for it.
collected.
How much is it worth?
$400.
Damn, that'd be sick. Why are people buying them? They're like,
Well,
that's
because-
weird that it's worth so much
because-
just because it's
because-
canceled even.
Because think about it, if he buys all 6 and you have the collection of the 6 canceled cards, right? Or
Yeah, but
Bro,
that's
that's
like
like-
people
that's like-
buying like Mein Kampf shit and stuff. Do you really want like to collect a bunch of racist memorabilia kind of
no, but,
bullshit?
like, a collector
It
down
might
the
be
road-
worth it.
Well, no one's buying the
Challenge
book Mein Kampf.
accepted.
I can listen to the audiobook Mein Kampf if I want on Amazon for free. But like I'm talking about, like that card will be discontinued, therefore non-existent. So the only people that'll have
Yeah,
it will
it's
be
really
humans.
just collector's value.
So it'll be collector's value. So it'd be other Magic players who aren't even racist, but are like, hey, this is from the original deck. I need this.
Bro, these cards are discontinued. Look
It
how
doesn't seem like that good of a card.
No, but like you never know. It's the like hear me out. Like if you have an original Charizard holographic card, like the first
weird
like
that it's
first
blue.
series that came out with. Okay?
Yeah.
If you have that original Charizard card, it's worth it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Let me see what
to the right
Charizards
collector.
are right
The Charizard.
That's the
card?
thing. I almost like, yeah, like they're not.
Yeah.
They weren't going over the top racist with it.
Cool,
Me, they
Pokemon,
were Invoke Prejudice. No, I mean with this Invoke Prejudice card.
The fact that it's called Invoke Prejudice on its own is pretty
now. I
impressive.
see one for 27,000.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's strange wordings like that in like tons of Magic cards. Like there's like tons and tons, like
Me,
thousands
they-
of different cards, right?
Me and there's 10,000.
47,000, 10,000. A lot of these are only like in the hundreds, though. What makes this one so special? Charizard
9.5.
base
9.5
set.
card rating. That's why.
Oh,
If you had a 10 card rating, at 47,000 for a 9.5. If you had a 10,
That's like almost impossible. You need like a perfect
why is this
mint
one
condition.
485? 1996 original first edition Japanese.
no Japanese card. That's why. People want the American ones.
Why is this one 130?
All right, I'm sure people don't want to listen to us like fucking just talk about this.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
Shout out to Jay.
Oh, the
Jay
Japanese one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
No,
Gang
yeah,
Guy Jay. If you want to learn more about Pokemon and some drafts and stuff, go check out his channel. You know, that's where he was doing a draft the other day and giving away free rare Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope. Dope soap on a rope. So, anyways, cancel culture. Who else is getting canceled out here besides
Who
Magic?
deserves
Rick
to
and
be
Morty
canceled?
almost got canceled, like I said, for an almost 9/11 joke, and then they bombed Pearl Harbor. And then everybody like who canceled, there's like, why would they do this? And I'm like, obviously these people who are trying to cancel it don't watch Rick and Morty because Rick and Morty fans don't give a fuck.
But the hilarious part about that is that they literally the joke about 9/11 that they made is that they're avoiding the joke, that it's too soon. So how can you get mad at them for making a joke that they didn't even make? They dodged the towers.
I know, but it's the Pearl Harbor joke that's right after it is what they like. They're like,
Oh, that's what they got mad about, not the
Yeah.
9/11 one.
They're like.
But
why
people
is-
make Pearl Harbor jokes all the time, and it's okay.
Well,
Exactly.
South
It's
Park
just-
did the same thing with the
Yeah.
Muhammad thing. Like you see, like they did a 3-part Muhammad episode.
They
like,
tried to cancel South Park, bro.
They got canceled. They don't air that episode anymore. You know, you can't find that episode unless you like
There's a
download
bunch
it
of-
illegally.
There's
It's
a
on
bunch
Crave.
of episodes now from a bunch
No,
of
no,
shows
it's
that
not.
were
I
canceled.
swear, I watched that episode like literally 3 weeks ago.
The Muhammad one?
Yes,
Really?
I was dying, laughing my
I
ass off.
I thought for sure they took them off
No,
everything.
they tried
Wow.
to, but they can't because everything that Trey Jones or not Trey Jones,
Parker.
Trey Parker, and like everything they did during that episode was legal. It just pissed people off, so they tried to cancel them. They couldn't. Now, it might not get showed on television anymore, but that definitely is on like their seasons. I definitely watched that episode not too long ago.
Bro, in the South Park credits right now, in the background it just says #cancel South Park. Like they put it in their own fucking.
So they want to be canceled at this point, which makes me sad.
They do, but bro, they just keep murdering it. Like you can't cancel something that's just absolutely.
Well, they've been trying for years. They try to do.
Bro, they push the envelope every fucking second.
Time.
They go to the fucking edge every time.
Bro.
Yeah, it's weird. Some people it's like once you try to cancel them and they live through it, they're just like fine forever. Like South Park is fine.
Guy, fine.
Grand Theft Auto. No one compares about Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Like that shit is so crazy, so fucked up. The shit you can do. No one cares anymore because it's like
the craziest part that
you tried, you failed.
Family Guy got canceled and then brought back.
That's wild. Well, so like. But I guess that only works with like TV shows and stuff. For people, no one ever really seems to come back. Like, is Louis C.K. ever gonna come back?
Like, and then just Madison Square Garden again? I don't know. I think he might, bro. I think after this, everybody's gonna
but was he canceled?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
Did Louis get
canceled, or did Louis just
like? Because it kind of feels like Louis just like kept it quiet for a bit.
He got canceled, bro. He talks about in his act he lost like $30 million. He's like, you can't say you have $30 million, but you can say you lost $30 million. That's what this shit caused to happen to him. He had a show that was like just about to come out. He had all this crazy shit. Like it was already filmed, blah, blah, all that shit. Like he had tons of shit going on that was all canceled because of him whipping his dick out and jerking off in front of girls after asking them if he could. Which is, I think it's so weird.
Is it more weird that he actually got canceled because he asked for permission?
It's weird that he did it. It's so funny. I love it. It's wild.
I love it. I think it's weird.
It's just, I like, I'm gonna get canceled just for saying that. Cancel the Sab Powers Podcast.
Who else do you want canceled?
Who do I want? I don't know, man. Like fucking.
Who's out there that's getting away with stuff that you want canceled?
Oh yeah, like I was trying to say earlier, I really hate like joke stealing. So I think Amy Schumer should be canceled. Dane Cook, fucking.
Yeah, but that's not illegal, Sab. That's not like raping children.
It should be illegal. Obviously, it's not as bad as.
It's like plagiarism.
It's kind of like plagiarism, and plagiarism is.
It literally is, and it's like.
It's like copying intellectual property almost.
Well, and it hurts so much. Like as someone that like has had
I know nothing about intellectual.
I've had comedians say jokes of mine. At least we could have thought of the same thing, right? It's definitely very possible, but like it breaks your heart, man. It like destroys you on the inside. It's like coming up with a great joke is like so awesome, and it's like for someone like to just not do that and steal it is like it takes away like the whole point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I know, like especially if it's like somebody who you see at like your regular crowd or something who may have heard you do that before.
Right. Exactly.
They just find a new tag for it and like do it on like in front of you before yours, and they know you're going up, bro. Like, remember your buddy who was like, or it's not your buddy, but one of the dudes you did a podcast with. He was like, "Yeah, man, I knew this guy's set, and I went up before him, but I just."
Oh yeah, that was wild. And he got kicked out of like the comedy place for that or whatever for like years. Yeah, that was funny though, because it's like he hated this guy. So like to me, I think that's like hilarious to do that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yo, that is so cool.
And this guy would always do the same set, so he knew it off by heart. He went up and did his set before him. That's so funny, yeah. That's different, though. That's like he did it that one time and to fuck with that guy. It's not like he kept doing his bits forever. Like,
no, I know,
if he did that, then I would say cancel Blair Brown. But
so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Cancel fucking people who are definitely plagiarizing and stealing other people's ideas. That's the worst part, man. You can't have an idea anymore. People are just fucking.
Yeah, it sucks. Like a joke becoming a meme. Like it's so scary to me.
That's
it's like
the worst part.
That, and then you'd say your own joke, and then people think that you stole it, that you got it from the meme. You know what I mean? once your joke becomes a meme, you can't ever say it again. This beautiful thing you created is like now the world's. But I guess like in a way, like it is sick when something becomes the world's. But like the awesome thing about like Mitch Hedberg jokes is everybody knows it's like a Mitch Hedberg joke. You know what I mean? It's like you hear those jokes and it's awesome, and like people like repeat them and stuff. And then, but like with other jokes, like you have no idea where they came from, like who wrote them and stuff. All these memes, no one gets credit for a meme. I've never been like, oh, that's a sick meme creator I know. But I mean, they should. Maybe they should put like a little signature in the fucking bottom right corner or something.
A lot of them do put watermarks, and then when they get shared again, a lot of people crop out their watermarks.
Right. Oh, fuck. Yeah, like you had a meme that like went like semi-viral that I love, where it's like your dad's searching for his fucking
bro,
yeah.
The best part about that meme is me and Weber were at work, and I was like, do you remember like the 10mm sockets and how hard they were to find? Weber's like, oh yeah. And then like 5 minutes later, he goes out for a smoke, comes back in, he's like, look at this meme I just made. How funny is this? And I was like, dude, that's the meme. We were just discussing. That's fucking jokes. He posted it. Literally comes to work 2 days later. He's like, bro, this has 1,000 shares. I was like,
that's amazing.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, that's like the other day, I guess. Like I didn't see, but like Zagato posted a meme, and it was like the "you bastard 6ix9ine me," Judas's, right? And then like I like commented, and I was like, yes, because we were joking around about it all day, and I was like, you 6ix9ine me, like if you snitch, you 6ix9ine me, right? Yeah. And like I was trying to coin this phrase, and like Zagato was dying. Makes the meme, and he's like, dude, I tried to tag you, but I couldn't find your Facebook. If you look at the bottom of the meme, it literally says inspired by Marcus Merker. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, Jesus Christ. But I was like,
yeah, I love that he's doing that and shit now. Sagato's killing it at the memes. He's taking over Green Tree.
Who bodied him
cancel culture? That man gets canceled every fucking time he gets uncanceled from fucking Facebook.
Who bodied Zagato with the this is the type of dude to check yourself?
He made that about himself, bro.
Bro, that was all him by himself.
No.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Because
bro, he posted that.
He posted something and was like, he's
this
like, if your girlfriend
fucking,
yeah, you're like, if your girlfriend cheats on you, right? And then he was like, check yourself, or that.
I said this is the dumbest meme you've ever shared, and he's like, challenge accepted.
And then he memed himself, yeah.
So then I had to share that to the fucking Green Tree memes on
that was so funny.
Facebook. Yeah.
Bro, that was so
I
good.
cried when I seen that. Because like
Shout out
I seen him post that. I'm
Shout
reading it.
Zagato.
I read that like 5 times, and I was like, this is the like I kept reading his post like I was the dumbass. Like I was reading it, I was like, wait, so she cheated on me, right? Like that's where we're starting here. So she cheated on me, and I was like, and I have to apologize. I did something wrong. I didn't believe.
Yeah.
Bitch, the fuck?
You weren't giving her enough attention, bro. It's all your fault.
Fucking peace.
You gotta check yourself. Come back a better man.
I cried at that meme, and especially because his hair's pink right now too.
Oh god, bro, the one that Taco tagged him in, where he's like in the bathroom with the fucking
the Tifu meme.
Oh my god,
yeah,
that was wild. That was wild.
Do this pose. He did the other pose too. The weird like Indian guy on the rock. Yeah.
Bro, he's just an internet meme. Like that's all Zagato is. He's just a meme. He is the Green Tree meme.
He floated down to the fucking river.
He's the guy that your girlfriend cheats on you with, like, not, he's like, why is he making it pretending like his girlfriend cheats on?
Your girlfriend would cheat on you with Zagato, and then Zagato would show up at your house apologizing.
And then he'd meme you.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
All right, enough about Zagato. Who else should be canceled? What do you guys think?
This is tough because I'm a strong believer in like until I know that you've done something wrong, I don't care. And if you have done something wrong on a level of like we're going to cancel you, let's stop the whole cancel culture and do it arrest culture. Let's do it stop culture. Let's stop like stop the
like
culture.
Actual crimes going on.
The
and,
cancel.
Like, fuck people speeding and like doing random petty shit. Let's waste our time on like bigger stuff.
Because it's like all you're saying is like, oh, let them get away with what they're doing, but let's like not have them in the public eye anymore. And like that's not okay with me. Like if somebody is doing something bad, Bill Cosby went to jail. Bill Clinton should go to jail. Hillary Clinton should go to jail. Like, I don't want to see you get canceled. I don't want to not see you in media anymore and you just live your life fucking normally. No, you go to prison if you do something wrong. Now, if you don't do something wrong and you just say something, or if you, like Joe Rogan, for example, like how we started this, Joe Rogan just laughed. He just laughed.
To get canceled for laughing is like completely like the most
and that's why
like
I think, it's
ridiculous thing.
It's not gonna happen. That's what's.
It's becoming dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like how Black Lives Matter is becoming dangerous on its own right.
It also is becoming dangerous because like a huge funder of Black Lives Matter is George Soros, and that was
well, dude, you know what Black Lives Matter pays for? They pay for Joe Biden's his campaign. They're paying for Democrat campaigns.
Yeah.
For Democrats to make laws against blacks. Like, we want to talk about cancel culture.
Wait.
Cancel the Democrats.
Wait, Black Lives Matter is like
is an actual organization. They receive funds. They actually receive donations. It's an actual foundation, okay? It is a movement, but it's a foundation as well. They receive funds. They help communities.
Right, so you don't have an issue with the movement. You have an issue with the actual
the issue
organization.
The movement is great. Black Lives Matter is important. It's the most important. It's one. Not sorry, I shouldn't say it's the most important thing because I'm going to get canceled saying that Black lives are more important than white lives. Black lives are important. People getting killed by police are important. Like, these are things that we need to talk about. That's different than like what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. Like, I'd rather have.
Right, I just wanted you to differentiate that you weren't talking about like the movement. You're talking about the organization.
Black Lives Matter. I care about the movement itself. I care about Black lives. I'm Black myself. My family in the States. I care about Black lives, and I want them to prosper and succeed. No question. My issue with them is the higher ups in Black Lives Matter are pulling shit where they're running narratives that help Democrat parties, and the Democrat Party is actually like, it's so funny. And I might get canceled for this. I'm a black man and I'm a Republican. If I lived in the States, I'd vote for Trump. The truth.
You would vote for Trump?
I would
Why?
vote for Trump. I'll tell you why. Because
that's wild.
No, ready? I'll explain why. Because the Republican Party.
Trump over Biden, bro.
Trump over Biden, or Trump over the
I
Democrats.
don't understand why it's like between those two.
Because hear me out. The Republicans don't use race when it comes to getting their point across. The Democrats are using race right now to get votes. They're using race.
Bro, but like Trump is fucking insane, dude.
Trump says stupid shit. Trump's not a bad president. We have to, again, it's like separating the artist from the person, right? R. Kelly makes great music. R. Kelly's a horrible person.
So you think that Trump is a horrible person, but a good president, man?
I think he's a horrible person, but I don't think there's ever been a good president.
I don't know if that could work. I think that, like...
The only good president that there was JFK, and they blew his fucking brains out.
And actually, even if you go back on JFK, he was gonna do fuckery shit, too.
Bro, he was about to fucking take down the
Federal
Reserve. He was about to do a whole bunch of good shit for the people.
But my point is when if people's motives are not about, like, when you're doing cancel culture, your motive has to be the right thing, right? Like, if you're canceling someone, you have to make the right decision. If you're going to cancel Chris D'Elia, we have to understand what he did. Is it true? All of these things before we make that decision.
Right? Show me the truth, and I can fucking handle the truth.
The moment we hear the word allegations, people assume that allegations are immediately guilty, and that's just horrible. And then we're immediately canceling a guy like Louis C.K. was allegedly jerking off in front of girls. All of a sudden, all the shows and stuff were canceled. And then later that it was true.
He admitted it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was canceled right when it was allegedly. Yeah.
It was alleged.
I am kind of scared of like that. Like, yeah, you can just as a guy, it's like as soon as you're accused of anything, you're fucked. Right? And it's like I've never seen that happen to a woman. Like, I hate to be
on the street and I don't do anything wrong, and a girl calls the police and says, "This man just sexually assaulted me." I'm going to tell you right now, the police are not going to show up and be nice to me and ask me questions. They're going to throw me in handcuffs. They're going to try to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, I might get beat up first. Then they're going to try to figure out, okay, so what happened? Oh, wait, so you didn't even go anywhere near her? Oh, okay, our bad. Like, if you had a domestic dispute and they're like, my husband just beat the fuck out of me, and then the girl smashed her face off a wall to make it look like he hit her, and he's been standing in the other room like, I didn't do anything, and the police show up and her face is bleeding, guess what? He's going to get jumped by the police, thrown in the back of the police car, and he's going to go to jail for 5 years for hitting her even though he didn't touch her. This is
that's wild. Yeah.
This is what we have to worry about.
There's another side of the coin too. There are the people who are doing it and definitely deserve it, and there are the people out there who aren't doing anything and just having fucking crazy ass people trying to get their fucking name out there.
Like Chris D'Elia, we don't know that like if he was grooming these girls, maybe there's nothing illegal about talking to a 17-year-old girl. Now, don't get me wrong, it's creepy. There's nothing illegal about it. You can talk to them all you want. You can't receive nudes. You can't do any of those things. Now, if he was, that's different. But let's say he wasn't. Let's say it was just conversation. I want to have sex with you. When you're 18 years old, we're going to have sex, blah, blah. Then if you ask me, nothing about what he said is wrong. If he said to a girl, when you're 18 years old, we're going to have sex. And she was like, oh, can you buy me a Gucci bag? And he was like, yeah, all right. And he's not having sex with her. And he buys her a Gucci bag just so that 18 years old that she can have sex with him. Like, yeah, you can call that grooming. It's creepy.
You don't think it's wrong at all, though?
No, I think it's wrong. But there's a difference. We have to start doing this thing, right? We have to do this. We need to separate what's wrong, what's morally wrong, and what's illegal. These are important things because illegal things make
just because
a person
you don't like
criminal.
Somebody doing something in their own private time doesn't mean that you should be able to cancel.
If we say something's wrong,
well, they should maybe still be exposed for that because that is kind of fucked.
You think that arranged marriages are wrong?
But that's the thing. If you're not doing anything illegal, right? Like here's one thing, right? Like when marijuana was illegal, it's like illegal to buy, sell, and smoke in public. But if you're smoking in your house, like
nobody says shit.
Nobody's gonna come and arrest you for smoking weed in your house. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's the thing is like Marcus is like you have to like differentiate illegal and wrong, and it's like I'm on the side where it's like I don't care what's legal and illegal. I care what's fucking morally right and wrong, like because I was always down for smoking weed even though it was illegal, right? And I'm down for I don't have anything against people that eat mushrooms. It's illegal, you know.
But
it's like
things that make things illegal, laws are in place to protect people. Like, hear me out, Sab. I agree with your opinion. I hear you. But like to say, like if I say gay sex is wrong, then like, is it wrong? Like if it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say that it's wrong because it's my fucking opinion. If you say that grooming girls and then waiting till they're
that's the thing with
wrong,
laws, though, too, bro. It's like it's just someone's opinion that was like made into a rule.
Well, it was a group of people's opinions. That's different.
But there's a group of people always have the same opinion.
People in an echo chamber with an agenda push that law.
In most cases. But let's say the age law. You can't have sex with a person under 18 years old.
Just like,
Okay, well, less than 100 years ago, we were sleeping with 14-year-olds. An 18-year-old man married a 14-year-old, and she had kids at 15.
In other countries, it's pretty fucking wild.
They do arranged marriages. Is that wrong? I don't think it's right, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's wrong, but at the end of the day, it's their culture, so can I judge that? No, I can't. What's morally right and wrong is how do I word this? What's morally right and wrong, there's no right morals and there's no wrong morals because we're all different.
There is though. I feel like it's like fucking
because then you're following a group of people. When you say morally, I don't agree that you should. Now, when you say I don't think you should sleep with a girl that's underage, again, like I said, 100 years ago, remember, less than 100 years ago. This is less than 100 years ago. Girls at 14 years old were getting married. Now you're asking guys one generation later, to adjust their sexual preference. Because a man that was 25 or 30 years old might have liked a 14-year-old girl in their town, and that was okay. Nothing was wrong with that.
There's a lot of parents with like 10, 15-year like age gap.
So like we have to understand like at what point. Now don't get me wrong. In 2020, we're protecting our young. It's different. I do agree that 18 should be the absolute minimum, right? But again, like. Now, pedophiles, you're horrible, fucking disgusting people. If you touch kids, you're wrong. If you're touching a 16-year-old girl, 17-year-old girl, again, like, if you're able to reproduce at 16, shouldn't you be able to have sex? If girls are having sex at 17, now, I'm not agreeing with this, again, but I'm just saying, if you were to look at it that standpoint, right, less than 100 years ago, we were having sex and having kids at 14 years old. That's a fact. That's a fact. So we're asking less than 1 generation later, less than 2 generations later, to change completely? It's
but you could still be against it no matter how many people do it. Even if it was like still exactly the same, you can still be like, I don't agree with that, and I'm going to call people out on that. And maybe that's how it changed from the way it was to the way it is now. You know what I mean?
But that's why laws change. Now I don't agree.
Yeah, it's exactly, and that's why the weed's legal now, because fucking people complain and complain about it forever. So it's like people were probably sick of their fucking underage daughters getting fucked all the time by old creepy guys, and they're like, "This has got to stop." Yeah, I don't know.
They would get married, and a lot of these parents would take a pig to give their daughter away. Like, why don't we cancel all these former parents? You gave a pig to give a human away.
Well, it's too late to cancel that. That already happened. That's what it was. And like, that's what I'm saying is like, shit is different now. So like, you gotta adapt, especially like as somebody in the limelight, right? Like, if you fucking are a celebrity, you gotta fucking keep your nose clean, man, extra clean.
You're still a human being.
Yeah, and you should be treating other people like human beings. Like the shit he's being accused of, and like that, it seems like a lot of it, like has he come out and said like, and let's give the women the benefit of the doubt, right? It's like, it's fucked up, bro. The shit he's doing is fucked up. I've read a lot of these fucking stories, and it's like yeah, it's like really like treading the line. Like, yeah, it's still legal, but he's like a fucking weirdo, man. Like, if all this shit's true, like fucking, he was like this, like one story I read where it's like he fucked like this 20-year-old girl, and she was like super drunk, and he was like sober. You know what I mean? It's just like super weird to do that because he's like a recovering alcoholic or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like me, like going to a bar, as I can never, like if a chick was like wasted, I'm not gonna go fuck her, like, and I'm sober. Like if we're both drunk having a good time together, like that's different. And then like, but like as like a sober person, like I wouldn't like, I don't know. It's like you gotta be like on the same mindset, and it's like I think it's like a whole like power trip almost. You know, he likes fucking young girls that like are his fans and shit, because it's like fucking.
Let's change this. Let's stop giving celebrities that power. Let's stop like making people think that they're better. Like, because that's what the problem is, really. Because then these girls are showing up and they think, oh, I'm going to sleep with Chris D'Elia because he's so rich and powerful.
Well, maybe those are two separate problems, but like you can't just say, like, do this, like, instead, like, you know what I mean? It's like, they're completely different things. Like,
if you get drunk, wasted drunk, that
you can't just make it everyone like your solution is to like stop people from having power. That's not going to happen, bro.
Not happen.
That goes back to the no money shit we talked about before. It's like you can't just change the world like that, especially like in a big like leap like that. It's kind of like small fucking bounds, right? It's like you're not going to make people stop loving celebrities.
What you're asking from these celebrities is the same concept. They've been doing this for so many years, and then
there's so many good celebrities, bro. Like there's so many celebrities. Most of them are getting caught up in this shit, and the ones that do this kind of shit deserve to be called out. And fucking, if people want to keep supporting them, then fine, that's okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio sleeps with only supermodels. Like 18-year-old supermodels. This is a well-known fact, okay? Like, he does this, okay? What if, just for example, he does a lot of weird shit, but he makes so much money that he can be like, here's 10 grand to shut your mouth. And they do.
Chris D'Elia makes a shitload of money, too. Like, what? Like,
Leonardo DiCaprio money.
So,
what's his net worth?
For yours, you're saying so that it's fair then? Like,
no, but my point is when you're looking at a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio or a Bill
like
Cosby,
paying somebody
off to shut up.
So could Chris if he really wanted to, dude.
Probably not.
And like,
and that's probably what's happening.
You think that
like, give me 10 grand, and he's like, no.
So if he's doing that, that doesn't make it okay. If they're doing that and they're paying people off and getting away with it, that's even more wrong. No, like.
Who are we comparing them?
Yes.
He's just saying hypothetically, if fucking Leonardo DiCaprio does weird ass shit that we don't know about, but he's paying people off. It's like, you can't attack people for shit you don't know about. You're like hypothetically saying, oh,
get slapped. He's got piss in your face money, and he can just pay you off, and you won't say a fucking word. Leonardo DiCaprio's worth $260 million. Chris D'Elia's worth
but you're saying like a hypothetical. You don't know that he's doing that. You're saying imagine, and yeah, if he's doing that, that sucks, and he should be called out. And the people that he's paying off could what stops them from? Because you don't know that, bro. You don't know that. You're like making up this like fucking fake situation, dude.
Because if what happened to Chris D'Elia. If he is
everybody, okay, what about Jeffrey Epstein, bro? He had fuck you money. That's like filthy rich. There's like a fucking show about him. He was a fucking billionaire, bro.
He was
so why is
trafficking humans? on an island.
That's my point. It's like
and what
so like
Leah did. There's a massive fucking difference. If you look at what
but you can be called out. Like it's like you can't just pay people off. If you're doing illegal fucked up shit, you can't just pay people off, bro. It's like, oh, I have so much money. Like Leonardo DiCaprio is doing really fucked up shit just because he's so rich. He's paying like.
We don't know that he's not though. So if girls aren't coming out and saying that he did this,
he might be, yeah.
Maybe he is paying them off to shut the fuck up. And Chris D'Elia, instead, when he's like, "Oh, don't say anything," and the girl's like, "Well, can you pay?" So
you feel sorry for Chris D'Elia that he doesn't have even more money to be able to pay these girls off? Like, what's your point here, bro?
Well, if you let me fucking finish, I'll explain my point. If you think about it like this, if Leonardo DiCaprio is paying girls off, let's just say, for example, he's paying girls off to shut up, and they do, okay, because he has the money to do it. Yeah. I sympathize for Chris D'Elia because you don't have the money. Or maybe you do have the money to give them 10 grand. But ready? One sec, ready? But maybe you do have the money to give them. Maybe you're fucking cheap fuck and you're like, go fuck yourself. Like, we don't know that he's not a piece of shit to these girls. So if you are like that, that's why you're getting exposed right now. Oh, people only get exposed.
I still don't see your point, bro. I don't see your point, man.
How?
Whoever, can you chime in here?
I'm
if Chris D'Elia is not like if the girls are coming out and saying he did this, right? Whatever he did is bad if they're underage. But the 20-year-old girls that I got drunk at a party and I slept with them when he was sober, like, you're right, Sab. It's not right to sleep with a drunk girl. But guess what? You showed up at the party, you got belligerent drunk, and you had sex with a male. You didn't have anyone there to help you. You didn't do anything smart. Drink responsibly. Be a smart. You're a fucking adult.
Why, like?
Because you're an adult. It's your fault. If I put myself in a situation right now,
there's two people though. One of them's Chris D'Elia. You just keep blaming the one that isn't Chris D'Elia. You know what I mean? It's like, or like whoever, or like, you know what I mean? Like, even when you're talking about like R. Kelly, it's like you're like, it's like she had the fake ID, she got in the club, but there's like another person involved, dude. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe some of these people take some of the blame, yeah, but like. You're asking these young girls to be careful. They're the ones that should be careful. They shouldn't be getting fake IDs. They shouldn't be lying about their age.
No.
But these fucking celebrities that have the power over these young girls should be careful too, bro. They should be careful too.
Where are your parents at 17 years old?
Where's Chris D'Elia's parents telling him to be a good dude, man? Like, what?
He's an adult. He makes his own decisions. If he wants to be a bad dude, then he's a bad dude. Where are the parents?
You were saying these 17-year-olds were adults too, weren't you?
No, I was saying they're young adults and they're smart enough to make smart, accurate decisions. If we're
not
saying
all of
17-year-olds capable of
most of them aren't,
then that's fucking retarded. That's the dumbest thing ever, Sab. Hear me out. If you're saying that most 17-year-olds can't make a rational decision, that's stupid. Because then they'd all be dead then.
Some of them are dumb, though. There's a lot of dumb people, and I'm sure you met them, even adults.
Smart people. I was a smart 17-year-old. Do you understand what I'm
saying? And those aren't the ones that are the victims, bro.
Okay, but guess what? Where are the parents of these people, too? Why aren't you to blame, too? You let your kid go out to
Why are you blaming everybody except for the actual people doing the crazy bad shit?
If Chris did it...
But he doesn't have enough money to pay everybody off.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying with the 20-year-old. I'm saying the 20-year-old. If it's a 20-year-old or whatever the case may be, and you can offer them money or whatever the case may be to keep them quiet or NDF or like non-disclosure agreement or whatever the case may be for a lot of these actors, which is the case, okay, he's not doing that. You're clearly just a douchebag to the girls that are hanging out with, and that's why they're exposing you now. I'm not saying he's right for anything he's done.
People shouldn't be doing that, though. It's like, you shouldn't be paying people off. Like, it's weird that you're, like, condoning it.
It happens in every aspect of life. It happens in every aspect of life. People get paid off every fucking day.
Yeah, but morally, like, just speaking in my own personal morals, I feel like that's not a cool thing. And even as, like, a celebrity, like, paying people off for, like, your weird sex shit, like, that's not okay, man. That's not cool. You shouldn't be doing that. And he could have been, and then they just come out anyways. A lot of these people are coming out anonymous.
Yeah, but, okay, yeah, on that topic, but, like, what about people who do that for money? They make money doing people's kinks, and then they expose these motherfuckers, because maybe they got mad at them one day. Let's say Chris D'Elia had, like, let's just, hypothetical.
That's my point.
Right? Let's just say you have someone who you are paying, like, hey, let's make this deal. You get X amount of money, income, right? And then somewhere down the line, you get angry, and this is like all personal, right? Like you don't do this with anybody else. And then she goes, yo, this motherfucker's into this, and this, right? Those people don't deserve to get canceled, but she can play it off as like he coerced me, he paid me.
Yeah, but when does that happen?
His power, it happens all the time.
To who? Like, give me one example.
I'm saying hypothetically, if these people come out, they can groom people like that. But we don't know that that was the pre-made deal. You know what I'm saying?
There's two sides to every story.
Right. I'd love to hear Chris D'Elia's side. Like, why hasn't he come out and said anything?
I would love to hear his side too, because if he's guilty, he's guilty, and he deserves to get fucking crucified.
He's probably guilty.
That's it.
If he hasn't come out and said anything, he's A, probably guilty, or B, trying to get a statement together, or C,
his lawyers told him to shut the fuck up for a minute.
If you come out too early and you say the wrong thing, then you're fucked. Let's say he didn't do anything.
He has lawyers, not just people saying shit on the internet.
But like, hear me out. I get it. Like,
he's got $13 million net.
Your point, what you just said was essentially what I was trying to say before. It's if they do have agreements with these girls, or let's say that 20-year-old girl shows up and he asked her to hang out, they DM'd or whatever, and he's like, come to my comedy club, let's have some drinks or whatever. I don't drink, but like if you want to drink, you can, blah, blah, you don't have to, right? And then she gets wasted drunk. Oh my God. You know how he does his drunk girl act? You don't even know. And then she
doesn't even matter. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. You own that pig? Do you own the pig? Like if the girl came and as a 20-year-old, which you're an adult at this point.
Wow, now it all makes sense, bro. That whole bit, the reason he has that is because he has so much experience with young drunk girls, dude. How do we not see this? That's how he knows. Was he gonna admit it? He's like every drunk girl is like that.
That's hilarious.
But it's like, you know what I mean? Like she's 20, man. She's an adult. I'm saying he's an adult too. And Sab, I want to make it very clear for the podcast as well, that I don't agree with anybody sleeping with anybody underage, and I think it's wrong. Morally, I'm against everything you're against.
But if you were a sheep, would you fuck another sheep?
The only point is that we have to be careful because like we do this thing where it's like we were talking about race, okay? CNN will post white cop kills black man, unarmed black man, white cop black man, right? But then you pay attention to like what actually happened in the whole process of it, and like, well, the black guy had a gun or like was running away, robbed the bank, did all this fucked up shit, and then he got shot by 17 police because he was driving through a neighborhood drunk as fuck. Like, but CNN will post that as white cop kills unarmed black man. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we have to be careful on how we word things, because if we say, oh, Chris D'Elia is a piece of shit human being, blah, blah, he did all this, then he just did it. He's guilty because we've all said it already. So then he might as well not come out and say anything because he already knows everyone's against him. Now we have to, like, I'm not saying we protect these people, because if he is a pedophile, for God's sakes, I hope they hang him from the fucking tallest building in LA. Do you understand what I'm saying? But like at the same time,
okay, even like that's the thing. It's like you almost need like another word for like pedophile and someone that fucks like 17-year-olds. Because like I don't really consider him like, he's not as bad as someone that's like preying on little kids. You know what I mean? Like you were saying earlier, like it is bad and it is gross and like weird and shit, but it's nowhere near as bad as someone that actually does it to like someone that's like
a
fucking
9-year-old kid can't make rational decisions on what's going on.
Bro, it's like
a 17-year-old kid who's gone through high school at this point, you're telling me that when they showed up to a bar and they decided to walk backstage with that actor, they could have said, you know what, I don't want to have sex with you. They choose to. They fucking choose to. Hey, it's not a like power is the dumbest thing.
If you're forcing them into, then you definitely deserve
to go to jail. Then everything I said.
These girls are like willing to,
even though that they want to, there's still something like wrong about it though. Like that's the thing. It's like they're choosing to. It's like it's still not cool, man. That's the thing. It's like
underage. I'm not talking underage. I'm just talking women in general being okay to get him out of here.
Well, I was just trying to.
Women in general saying that it's okay to go sleep with someone and then immediately turning around and exposing them and saying that that's not what
I don't think that happens that often, man. But like with what Marcus was saying, where it's like you're 17 or whatever, blah blah blah, like you gotta stop like putting like the blame on them. Like I feel like no,
there's no blame.
I'm not blaming. I'm just saying you have you're at the age where you can make actual rational decisions.
So you can't. So as her making a decision, she can't turn around and blame somebody else for the decision she made.
That's my point.
Crystalia at the same time, if it was wrong.
Yeah, but when you're like influenced by like someone like with like power like that, man, it's like you're almost like not like it's like you don't even like have a choice in a way.
Yeah, but what if these people are going out with the intent already? Like she's going like, I'm going to the club and I'm fucking Crystalia tonight. Not like I got there and I was starstruck and I just fell in love with him. No, like I'm going to the club. He's there. I'm fucking sucking his dick tonight.
She's gonna try her best. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's bitches out there.
There's
chicks out there. As soon as Drake's coming to town, you know how many fucking girls like have his numbers and shit that are just like, we want to go hit up Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my point. Like
that's just Drake, bro. I know a bunch of underground artists that I know a bunch of ladies when they roll through. Mad Child when he rolls through. I know 6 people personally who have his number that
Murder Beats. When Murder Beats comes into town, I fucking know.
And this is sometimes when they were underage and we were younger.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all I'm saying is like when you put.
Why do they just want to fuck a celebrity though? Like, what do they get out of that?
I don't know, and that's my point. Is that we gotta be careful with that. We have to be careful because if
they don't really get anything
to entrap them, then you don't get anything out of it. Or maybe it is to expose them. Maybe it is to did you know that I was 17 years old? I forgot to tell you, but I'm 17. If you don't pay me $25,000, I'm going to expose you. Like we don't know that that's not happening. No, Sab. I want to make it clear, bro. I have a little sister. I have 2 nieces, okay? I want to make it clear that I care about women on a super high level. So I do not ever want a woman to be in a position where they feel that way, okay? But at the same time, I also am making it very clear to my sister and my nieces, you are not act a certain fucking way trying to entrap somebody to get your personal gain because that's just as bad. You're just as responsible and you're just as much of a piece of shit human being. Just as much. Just as much. If they're showing up and I'm gonna suck Crystalia's dick tonight, and then you do it and you're 17 years old, guess what? You're just as much of a piece of shit, regardless of whether you're 17 or not. You're making rational decisions.
Like he did this to me when you were willing.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
I don't think that anyone went out there trying to like entrap him or anything like that.
But if a girl came out and was like, "Well, I had
consensual
sex with him, but I was 17,"
does he automatically hop in their DMs? Or like, you know what I mean? Like
they're hopping in his. He's not seeking out 17-year-old girls, man. Let's be honest. You're not out at a comedy club and like, where are all the 17-year-olds?
Well, in the DMs or whatever, it seems like he's like fucking, like the screenshots and shit.
Well,
it's
again,
like
Instagram. They don't like if you're messaging someone on Instagram, you don't know that a girl. I can show you 10 Instagram profiles of a girl that you will think is 27 years old and she's 16. I can make you
a fake message between me and you.
He's always like, let's keep this private, shit like that. You know what I mean? He is being like weird and creepy about it.
Definitely creepy.
Sam, I'm saying it's
like
creepy.
I said, if he is like,
but there's 2 sides, and it's not fair to always give them victim when sometimes they are the attacker.
Are they all?
They're not.
But the people with money and like clout like this, they have more power, and like with more power comes more responsibility, right?
Sab, are they all underage?
No, that's what I mean. It's like fucking. I don't know if he actually had sex with any underage girls. I actually don't know the whole.
If he actually slept with an underage girl, then he's a piece of shit, and that girl is a victim.
Well, like you were saying, what about earlier? What if it was an accident? What if he didn't know? You're like switching your shit now.
No. I'm saying if you don't know, again, like how is that? Like
exactly.
Both parties need to be held accountable.
How is that fair to you if you don't know and she shows up at a club where nobody under 21 is?
That's what I'm saying. Is more power. You have to have more responsibility. Like you're not a fucking. They're not. No, you're a 40-year-old, super rich, super famous person. You can't be making fucking dumbass teenager mistakes anymore. Like I'm like almost 30. There's no way I would be acting the way Chris is acting if I had his power. Like at least I think. And like that kind of money, I was literally.
Right, we don't know until you.
Well, yeah, obviously you don't know.
Corrupts a lot of people. You don't know that it just changes everything, right? Like Sab, if you're a super rich, super successful comedian, and every show you did, you had literally 30.
You gotta be smart. That's the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't even give them the time of day, bro. That's what I would. That's what I think, and that's like I honestly believe that like you gotta fucking keep focused and like. Realize what's important, right? It's like fucking like I don't know, it's like it's almost like a mental illness, bro. I feel like Crystalia is like sick in the head, bro, to be doing this kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's like
but if the girls are 20 And the story is like, oh,
and
you
like,
just had weird fetishes, then like you're an idiot. Like, why are you messaging?
okay, there's so many more people that are just like poor and have no power. You know what I mean? That's like the people like that have the power can end the world whenever they want. Essentially, they like a lot of them can do fucked up shit. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch saying they can end the world, but you know what I mean? We almost just have to trust the people with the power and the money to do like what's right for all of us, because they're the ones that fucking just control everything. Like what the fuck
the ones on Jeffrey Epstein's island. So we have to start asking ourselves.
That's what I mean. You got to take out the fucking bad ones. Like the ones that are doing fucked up shit have to be fucking taken down. And yeah, you can blame the victims. You can say like those girls that Jeffrey Epstein had pimping out other girls were fucking horrible people, bad people too, and like all kinds of shit. But
that's
man,
what
like
I was saying. That's why that's stupid that we're sitting here picking and choosing. Why are we going after Chris D'Elia? Why are we going after Joey Diaz? Why aren't we going after Seinfeld? Why aren't we going after Bill Gates? Why aren't we going after Clinton? Like, why are we picking and choosing? What is cancel culture, and why are we going after specific people?
Mm-hmm.
That's like
that's the question.
The idea of it is,
well, if there's evidence of any of those people doing fucked up shit, like they should be exposed for it.
Absolutely, but that's different. That's when you're confirmed a whatever pedophile or creep or whatever the case may be, then go to jail or whatever the case may be, get canceled. But if you're just like a creep, like there's nothing wrong with being a creep. Like if you're a creep, you're a creep. There's a lot of dudes that like weird shit. There's a lot of actors that like weird shit. There's a lot of celebrities who like weird shit. Are they creepy? Yeah, sure. But let's say it's your preference. Like if that's what you're into, if you want to put leather suits on and walk around your house and get slapped by a paddle, then so fucking be it, bud. Like I'm not gonna judge you. But like if you're sleeping with 17-year-old girls, I'm gonna judge you. But like if the girls are like, now you said I'm blaming victims. I'm not blaming victims. If you are an actual victim, I'm sorry that happened to you. Sincerely, like that's horrible. But a lot of these, like this is LA, bro. This is LA. A lot of these girls are not victims. They play victim. They are not victims. They're not. These are girls who are making these decisions and doing these things because they know it's going to get them clout. They know it's going to get them the thing.
You can make bad decisions and still be a victim, dude.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
But like,
victims can.
Dude, when you're talking about sexual acts, like unless he locked the door and was like, bend over right now, or I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, like, and then physically bends them over, like, come on, man. If she took
dude, you could still rape a girl without doing that, or like you know what I mean? It's like the whole power. Like, there's so many different ways, and like, if they just like. Fuck, dude, you're gonna piss so many people off just by saying that. Like, you have to lock the door and fucking.
No,
oh man.
I'm saying there's like I get that there's a lot of ways to rape. I'm just saying when you're like there's
hilarious.
It's just you have to understand that like we have to be careful on what we're doing and saying about people because we're doing this thing like for example like we just said about Aunt Jemima. Well, why the fuck is Aunt Jemima being canceled right now? Like that's what we're doing. We're just like doing this thing where like we like attach this to this to this to this to this. Like the moment you see alleged or this or that, you immediately guilty. And that's my problem. We don't know any of these fucking stories are true. I could literally make 50 fake Yelp reviews on Ruth's Chris saying that there was shit on my plate every time. Guess what's going to happen? People's not going to go to Ruth's Chris thinking that they get shit on their plate because there's 50 anonymous comments saying they got shit on their plate.
This is wild that Jerry Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old.
Like, we got to be careful.
I told you, man. Like, I'm not.
And you're right. Stop picking and choosing. Like, you know what I mean? Let's expose them all or don't expose any of them. Like, that's my point. Because if you say one, then you're contradicting the other.
But that's like, you can't just, like, you can't get mad at people for not exposing enough people. Like, fucking, it's like you only have so much time and, like, if you want those people exposed, then expose them. Or, like, you know, it's like, how are you supposed to have all this fucking resources to be able to expose everyone all the time for what they're doing? It's like you're like expose all or nothing, but like doing all is like so impossibly hard.
Seinfeld's still the top, like one of the top comedians right now.
Yeah, so is Joe Rogan though, and I'm sure like when this shit happened with like the 17-year-old shit, people were upset about it. Like. There's a bunch of like headlines and shit. Like I can look it up right now.
But again, look at where the headlines are coming from. Let me guess.
Well, this happened so long ago. Like, this happened in 1993. So people were upset about it, but, like, you can only be mad at somebody for so long. It's like fucking 30 years later. You're still going to be yelling at Jerry Seinfeld?
Well, no, but if somebody got statutory raped 30 years ago, is it just like because it happened 30 years ago, it's just okay?
Well, it says here that, like, he got her number at 17 and they actually started dating when she was 18.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Just like how Tyga was with Kylie Jenner while she was 17. Nobody said a thing.
Well, no, this is like literally like shortly after the two met, so it's probably like a couple months.
No, but literally, Tyga was with Kylie Jenner from 16 years old till she was 18.
That's fucked up, man. And what, like, I think that's fucked up. Do you, or do you think that's cool?
I think that's fucked up, but media just was totally fine with it because it's the Kardashians. This is my point. Like, we can't attack Chris D'Elia and say that he did it because a lot of these times, and in this situation, like the Tyga situation, you're looking at the Kardashian. Was Kylie a victim of his power? No, she's 12 times richer than he is.
I think she was a victim, dude. She's
a billionaire.
Yeah, but she's literally raised in this fucking circus of a house, being on TV since she was a fucking little kid, and she's like almost arranged with this fucking.
She's a victim of that, yeah, 100%.
Not the decision to date an actor, a rapper.
As a fucking 16-year-old, that guy is totally taking advantage of her. That's so fucked up, man. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a Kardashian, fucking the 16-year-old. That's like Tyga should be fucking canceled for that. That's fucking whack. Is my opinion. He could have fucked any girl he wants, and he's choosing, like, you know what I mean? And it's like.
I agree. But this is my point, is Tyga dated Kylie Jenner. Nobody said a fucking word. Actually, people love the couple. What's it called? What's the fucking news site? I don't even fucking pay attention. What's the stupid fuck's
World Star.
TMZ. Oh. TMZ followed them around. Oh, look at the happy couple. She's 16 years old. He's driving around in a Lamborghini. Now, is she exposed to a rapper? Do you know that she was 3 times richer than he was at 16 years old? At 16 years old,
that doesn't matter, bro. If a 30-year-old fucking poor homeless guy fucks like a rich fucking 16-year-old somehow seduces her, I would still think that's fucked up, dude.
Yo, if what was their couple name? Tylee or Kyga?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that was the thing. I don't keep up with the Kardashians at all.
I just made those up.
I don't keep up with the Kardashians. That was not a plug, by the way. Fuck the Kardashians.
I know. I forgot that they're called Keeping Up with. I was like, oh, that joke kind of just like slipped out.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so they shouldn't. That's one thing though. They shouldn't fucking be picking and choosing who they're canceling and just being like, it's okay if this guy does the exact same thing that this guy was doing.
I feel like we're just going in circles. I need a cigarette. I feel like we should call it.
Don't forget to put this in the background. Check out everything else on the channel, all the playlists. Head over to Sab.
Yeah, definitely play this one in the background. This is rough. I love you guys.
Don't listen to our podcast, but listen to our podcast, please.
We
don't want you to listen.